why they're wearing pink.
Oh, fucking Funky, why are they wearing pink today again? Breast cancer. Right. I did actually read that, but...
Right, I'm starting the stream now.
Do you want a bit of a chat before we... Yeah, welcome along to Casheez Park, Victoria Point. Matt Ridley here, joined with Mark Kennedy, round 22 of the NEAFL Northern Conference. Bit of a stiff breeze out there too, Mark, as I welcome you in. Redland will be in the pink jersey. They are celebrating a breast cancer awareness week, and they've had a function indoors, so it's good to see that the 22 players out there are also wearing pink today, and Southport Sharks in the predominantly white. Second versus sixth on the ladder. Round 22, finals are on the doorstep. I welcome you in. Big game this one, game of the year.
It certainly is, and both these sides have been in magnificent form. Of course, the NEAFL TV streamed game last week being Southport versus the NT Thunder. Southport were absolutely fantastic, and Redland have been in magnificent form also. 4 out of the last 5 games I think they've won, and they've just been absolutely dominant. So they will be at their absolute best today to try and win a finals berth come the start of the NEAFL finals next week.
Umpires Scott, Young and Stevens here today, the men in green. And we're about to begin. There's the siren to start this round 22 battle. A lot on the line for the Redland Bombers. They need to win and also rely on other results to get in the final 5. Up they go, Hunter and Weymouth. Casheez in there with a cheeky little possession. Brewer got a handball to Godfrey, and they'll go inside 50 for the first time there. Pullman, can he get a snap on goal? It's on its way, and he's missed it. An exciting start, 1 minute in, less than a minute, and Redland Bombers on the scoreboard. We'll get some key matchups shortly.
So Cruz, of course, shut down Ewing last week, has a big job on Ewing. Has a big job on Pullman, I should say. So Redland trying to clear the ball again. This time the ball was there with Salter. Plenty of players around the ball. This time they punch it back inside again. Long kick. Isn't it a great start? It is. We'll pick up the goal kicker in just a second. I think it is Brad Howard. And that is a magnificent start for the Southport Sharks. And of course, a final spot begging. Should they get over the top today, they're kicking with the aid of a breeze, and they'll want to put on a magnificent start to make sure they give themselves the best chance, Matt Ridley.
Yeah, just looking to the left of screen, Daniel Zufa is going one-on-one with Cleve Hughes. What a fantastic matchup. That's a mouth-watering matchup there at full forward. Cleve Hughes, one of the star forwards of the competition. Keep your eye also on the number 21 down there, Josh Baxter, who in round 2, in the corresponding match in round 2, Baxter kicked 4 goals against the Redland Bombers, so keep an eye on him. Hey, what a great start for the Bombers, 1-1-7. Sharks are yet to score, 3 minutes in first quarter.
So here's Hunter again, uncontested against Weymouth. Notice that Weymouth is growing a bit of growth on that big scone of his. As we saw Pope just bustle it forward. Southport players collide. Rees gets the handball out to the goal kicker in Howard. He goes long up to looking for Big Pullman, but in the way there is the Southport player in Merritt.
So Merritt goes to the outer side. That is Thine. Beautiful kick, laces out. He's got Keel. Just pops it over the top. Puts his teammate under pressure out there. It looks like Pope. The wind picks up here. Southport at half back. They can now go to centre wing. Screech has it. One of the classy forward pocket or a half forward flanker of the competition, Glenn Screech. His side trails by 7 points. Early stages, first quarter, round 22. A long kick looking for Hughes. It holds up in the breeze there, Mark. Over the boundary line and out of bounds. What's your thoughts on the breeze here at Casheez Park today?
Well, I think, personally, I think it's probably worth 4 to 5 goals the way it's going. So Southport are going to try and tip the ball around, try and work it out just to make sure they can hold play up. But Redlands come away. This is Salter. Off towards Rees. That was Bergin under his guard there. Hot on his hammer, and the ball goes out of play. Half forward flank this outer side for the Southport club as we see.
I'm not sure if I got a kick. Did I get a tip from you?
I think Southport are the class side, so it's hard to go against them. as we see play go on again. And plenty of players around the ball. This is Salter again, I believe. Well tackled that time. Burge gets a quick handball over the top. Rees intercepts, but's well tackled himself. The umpire said that's holding the ball. You didn't get rid of it well enough. And Southport will take the free kick, and it is Keel.
So Hayden Keel, 2 kicks from goal. Southport into the breeze in this first quarter. Pops it to the pocket. There's Screech. Started this game well. The lead came out there from Mills, Stephen Mills. We've got Stephen Mills at one end and Wade Mills at the other end. The kick went to Stephen, mark taken. Just popped it into the pocket. So Stephen Mills will have a shot, well, I'd say from about 35 metres out.
It was good hands. Mills has come into the side this week. Of course, David James and Danny Wise, big omissions for the Southport side. And Mills has just slotted in up forward. It was, as I said, emergency last week, and he comes in for a shot at goal.
From the pocket. Nice looking kick. Goal umpire doing a bit of work though. And a minor score. So they're on the scoreboard here. 1 behind, plays 1-1-7. The Bombers by 6 points. Big game this one. Casheez Park round 22.
So Zufar kicks long outside defensive 50. Hunter was his target. The ball's now off to Veering, the veteran, former Mecklebat player. The ball ends up now. This is Stephen. Kicked 5 last week. He's looking for the big fella in Garton. Goes over the top. There's Cruz. Working away back out there through Headland. Just had his kick smothered here. Here's another chance for Redland. Stephen in the way there. Working hard there. That's Merritt underneath. Trying to get the ball out. Just trying to bustle his way through and receiving a tackle there was Regan Salter.
So Salter in the back pocket. Wanting to square things up. Risky kick. Headland couldn't mark. Could be a turnover here for the Bombers. Rees. No clean possession. They go hard at it. Rogerson was in there. Umpire happy to let things go. Eventually, whistle. We'll have it bounce down. A little bit messy coming out of defence there. That kick from Salter has to hit the mark, and it didn't on that occasion. Weymouth and Gartner. And then the kick came from Cornish. What a cracking game it was last week from Tyler Cornish. Over the line and out of bounds. I think he won himself an award or a nomination.
Yeah, I think he was the rising star last week for his fantastic run with game with the NT skipper in Islet. So terrific work there. As we see Daly for Redland, he gets a chance to push it back inside forward 50, looking for the big fella and finding him in Pullman. Great use of the body, and he'll go back and shoot for goal.
That's a beautiful mark. And a nice kick too from Daly. He kicked to slightly the fatter side of Pullman, who just stuck his big backside out and kept his body in front. And so for the kids at home, if you're a forward, try and work your way to the front. And when you get to the front of the pack, stay in front of the pack. And that's what Pullman did there. Here's a good kick of the footy.
Goes in. Will he let the Riddler live it up? He does. And that's another for the Redland. So they move to 2-1. 13. Southport. Just the one solitary behind. A great start for the Redland side in their quest to get a finals berth here in the NEAFL competition.
Well, and that's a good start for Pullman. He had a shocker in round 2. Did not kick a goal. Only had a handful of touches when these sides met back in round 2. But he's in some good form. He kicked 5 goals last week against the Broadbeach Cats in the close win here last week. So a goal early on, Pullman, confidence, Bombers up and about, they lead by 12 points.
Rockman go at it again, Hunter and Weymouth. Give that one to Hunter, but Burge for Southport, just got that one, butters up, tries to get another one away. And he's in there, working hard, Hunter's in there also. And Redland will get the free kick, they come away again. They go inside, forward 50, and Pullman again. The kick came from Matt Thompson. And it was a ripper, just put it into space, and Pullman took full advantage.
Cruz just lost his way a little bit there. I think the quick kick, the advantage from the free kick, Cruz didn't quite have the touch on his opponent. And once you leave, or if you give Sam Pullman a little bit of, or Josh Pullman a little bit of leeway, he'll turn a metre into 5 metres, gone. It'll be a mark taken.
Different type of opponent for Cruz this week in Pullman from Ewing. Pullman kicks again. and full marks yet again. So 3-1-19. Southport one behind.
Yeah, you're spot on too. Different opponent. Last week, Cruz, one of the best on ground against Darren Ewing. I looked at the stats. He kept Ewing to one kick. Didn't even register on the scoreboard. Different opponent here today. Ewing likes to play the one-on-one. Pullman, very quick off the mark. Bang. Ewing's a little bit different than that.
And already we've seen the move made. Wade Mills has gone back on Josh Pullman. So it's a big move there, and Norm Dare has reacted.
Yep, absolutely spot on. Mark Kennedy with Matt Ridley here. The Bombers have started well, 3-1 to 1 behind. 18 points to margin. There's Cornish. Now Pope leads the way in front of Boone. And Boone happy to see it over the line and out of bounds. The crowd happy with that one.
The bearded Boone.
Let's have a boundary throw in. We are 9 minutes in, first quarter. Bombers by 18 points. A final spot beckons to them if they can win here. They need a substantial percentage as well.
Veering, finds Thompson, goes long, can't quite find Gartner, and the ball goes out of bounds just in near the forward 50 of the Redland Sharks. Sorry about that, mate. I thought I'd just take that over.
I lost my way there. Blake Brewer it was, the name I couldn't spit out. Just in the middle of play as well. There's Sondergeld, veering. At the base of the pack is Askey. Thompson got it to Brewer. Now to Sondergeld. And then a quick kick came from Byrne inside 50. Where's the man of the moment? Pullman over his head. Getting back there, Mills. He's pretty steady. That's a nice looking kick. Mark taken by Fine in the back pocket.
Salter applied the pressure there. And they have been applying the pressure beautifully thus far, the Redland Bombers. Forced to kick up the line is Thine. Big Hunter is there and just gives away the free kick to Miles, the big ruckman. Surprised Miles hasn't started in the ruck today because the last couple of weeks he's been very good for the Southport Sharks. He goes long up towards a big target. That was the inclusion in Mills. Ball punched away though, goes out of bounds, out of sight. And Redlands are away to a flyer.
I think there's a little bit more in that breeze too, Mark. I think it's a 2-goal breeze to the right of screen.
Big throw in again, Miles and Hunter. In there is Veering. Class him as a veteran. Salter just scrubs it forward, although it was smothered. Veering again under pressure. Coming through this time is a teammate up towards Pullman, and Mills just works his opponent off the ball. Pullman scrubs it back inside, looking for a teammate. He finds one. Pullman in there again. Rogerson was the target of the knock-on, attempted knock-on, and that was Stephen, or Reynolds, I believe, who was also in there for that play.
Not only did Southport make the move, I think that coach Norm Dares sent the runner out to Wade Mills and said, get in front of Pullman. And we saw on that occasion there, Mills was a metre or two in front. The ball went over his head, mind you. But that's the instruction, I think.
And here's Keel. He takes it away from the stoppage, kicks it forward, looking for Screech, and Screech takes it over the line.
It's an
outside for Redland.
Interesting to see how Southport approach this. They cannot go any higher on the ladder, cannot drop past second. They come into the match, it's a bit of a dead rubber for them.
Yes.
So they need to have that emotion or some sort of drive.
Sondergaard looked to be in the back of Keel. The umpire said play on. Just standing his ground beautifully there was Screech.
It's going to be 50
metres,
actually.
That'll go against Sondergaard, I believe.
No, I think, something happened, it might have been Sondergaard. Behind play, Regan Salter got dumped behind play, so umpire Stevens said you can't do that. Southport have got the footy. Don't go dumping players behind play for 50 metres.
So Screech, from about 48, goes up, goes long, and goes wide. So another score for Southport. Only a minor though, so 2 points playing 19 as we see Daniel Zufa looking to kick the ball back in for the Redland Bombers.
A little bit disappointing in front of goal. Glenn Screech kicked 1 goal 3 in round 2 when these sides met, and then he kicked 2 goals 3 last week. So 3 goals 6 in those 2 games that I've mentioned.
So Reynolds end up with the ball, comes out towards Howard, the first goal kicker of the game, finds the racehorse in Zufa. Former Brisbane Lion, played a game against Port Adelaide going back probably 7 years ago now. And we'll see the ball kicked down, out of bounds right in front of us, in front of the coach's boxes.
So let's have a throw in. 13 and a half minutes in first quarter. Redland by 17 points. Gartner in the ruck, laid it down from Veering. Getting there was Askey, handball McCanch, and now Cornish with a long kick towards half forward. It favours Burge, couldn't quite get there. But now the Bombers with some numbers. Oh, solidly met there was Byrne. Brewer, Salter. A little bit quiet at the moment there, Tommy Salter. Handball came out. This is Thompson. He needs to go back here. Oh, gee, he did well. He rode the tackle, and now Salter, a long kick towards full forward. Sharks with the numbers. Weymouth couldn't quite mark, but he's got time to butter up. And now Headland with a long kick out towards Fine.
Fine. Loves it. Loves that outer wing, he does. No matter what ground he plays on, he can get on that left foot as he does there and goes out towards Pope. Pope looks for a target. Hughes has got plenty of space in front of Zuffa and takes it just outside forward 50. Look for a target and he can find one, although pushing back and taking it beautifully was a teammate in Keel. Great run. A great run from Hayden Keel.
And it was good work down here from Fine and also Weymouth and Headland to get the footy. Notice that the switch was on. Give it to Pagans Paddocks on the outer side and let the Sharks run with it. The kick there, good kick. Keel floating back with the flight of the footy. It was either his or Mills. They could have raffled it. Strong mark, courageous mark, should kick the goal.
Keel, tough angle you'd say. 45 or a bit tougher. Starts it right, it comes back, and that looks like their first. So Hayden Keel. You wouldn't say a badly needed goal, but certainly Norm Dare would be very happy to get the first on the board and take them to 128 to Redland, 3-1-19.
One of the best on ground last week he was, Mark. Hayden Keel, 27 touches, 10 of those inside 50. Was the game high inside 50 and just dropping down there for a cheeky goal. He doesn't kick many goals, Hayden Keel, so the Bombers need to be wary of that. The centremen, Keel, Fine, Pope, these fellas, they like to drift forward and kick a goal, so the Bombers half-back line need to be wary of that.
Back in the middle, Gartner and Weymouth, no real clear advantage. There's Burge, he's been all around it. Here's Brewer, working under it, runs over the top though. Burge gets a quick one to Weymouth, looking for Pope. The ball just doesn't quite sit right, but good courage. Back to Weymouth, over the top, cleverly to Thine, who just belts it on the left foot, a little bit indiscriminate. Thought he was under a bit more pressure than he was, and the ball goes out of bounds, 40 metres around from the Southport goal.
So we've got a throw in here. 16 and a half minutes in, first quarter, margin 11 points. Bombers lead. This is Reeves. Now Byrne. Pops it over the top. They run with it. Stephen. Well, it looks like the two Bombers players just ran into each other on the outer side. Headland. There's a Bomber player down. Keep an eye on that. This is Burge. Back to Cruz. His kick, partly smothered. Well done there by, I think, Jordan Bain. A little bit messy at the moment. Who can get the clean possession out here? Bain was solidly met. In fact, it was Godfrey. Godfrey done, holding the footy. And Veering is now hobbling just to the left of the pack.
That was Veering was the one that collided with the teammate. Looked like he got him across the knee. So certainly just moving a bit gingerly just at the moment as we see. Byrne hit the ball away. Southport back in control there. Here's little Burge. Burge has been busy. You'd have to say he's up there in the Grogan medal voting. And he goes out to another contender in Keel. Terrible kick as he lets me down, but it finds a target. Here's Mallon. Mallon's dangerous around goals, and he proves me right. Kicked 3 last week to Eddie Mallon, and he's got 1 already today. So Southport, 2-2-14. Redlands, 3-1-19.
We've just seen Veering hobble off. He doesn't look that well there, Mark. Josh Veering, as you said, an ankle or a lower leg, knee injury. We'll keep an eye on him because he is one of the true stars of the competition. He plays that, I know we don't like to use it, but the quarterback role at half-back for the Bombers. So hopefully he gets some ice on that ankle or knee and gets back out there quite quickly.
Definitely a playmaker. Ball back in the middle, Gartner, Weymouth. Give that one to Gartner, but there's Burge again. Looked like he got one on the eye afterwards. Mallon's in the middle of the ground, probably copping one high. This time was the pass to Insulter. Gives it to Burge. Burge goes short inside forward 50, finds Mills. A fair lump of a lad. He's a tall rooster, is Mills. And he come through and be able to have a big shot at goal.
Causing a couple of headaches. He's taken 2 marks inside 50 now. He missed the first shot on goal, but he gets a better chance at it here. This is a good pocket to kick from. Kick through the ball. You're kicking basically into the teeth of the breeze. Needs to start it slightly left of centre. Haven't seen much footy of him. Hopefully he kicks it truly for the Southport Sharks.
Starts at left, stays left.
I like that though. I know it was a behind, but he really did. He kicked through the football. He kept it low into the breeze. So he's showing some smarts about him there already, Stephen Mills.
So Zuffa just kicks it long, manages to find a Southport player in Thine. About 65 metres out from goal. He'll reload for the Sharks. Goes on, just got asked to play on. Kicks into the man of the mark. It was good closing down there by Godfrey. And we have a 4-point ball game as we see the throw in.
Ball comes in, Weymouth, Mallon, good work, right foot, kick inside 50. No mark taken, Baxter's there with Pope. A lot of time here, Pope. Goes back inboard, Cornish, they don't argue, and then he's done for holding the footy. So great tackle there from Damien Stevens.
Wrap the pasty up, big Cornish.
There's the former Vulture. Comes out wider, finds Salter. So the score here, 3-1-19 to 2-3-15. Margin is 4 points. Bombers lead. Midway through the first quarter, Salter corralled and then kicked it long. Boone with the front seat. That's Bain. And now Stephen, his kick around the corner. Who's up there? The 23, Tom Michael. And then they wrestle for it. Umpire blows the whistle. Says I'll have it. So Pullman with 2, Howard with the goal. And then for the Sharks, it's Keel and Mallon. Makes it 2-3-15 to 3-1-19. Margin 4 points. We're 20 minutes in first quarter.
Plenty of players around this contest. High tackle is the call. Weymouth was the perpetrator, and it's going to Rees. Although, we'll see the ball. Yes, it will actually come back to Rees. Thompson thought he had one. And he got one a little bit. He got one earlier. I thought it was a bit high. It wasn't called, but they found the one in Rees. So Brad Rees just held back. Plenty of Southport players behind the ball. Just pops it up, looking for the big fella in Michael. Almost taking it there was a teammate, and underneath, plenty of players around the contest, and we'll have another ball up right on Redlands attacking 50.
Yeah, good crowd in here today too. Salter's kick from 50, snap around the corner, Pullman and Mills. As we know, they've made the move, and Zuffa now dropping forward. And Hughes right on his hammer. Let's have a boundary throwing.
Interesting to see Zuffa just running Hughes right down the ground. Of course, Hughes has only been 3 weeks back from injury, so Zuffa will certainly test him out with his leg speed and endurance. As we see Pope in around the footy here. I was going to say well tackled, but the tackle was actually high. And he will be the recipient on the outer side in Southport's defensive end.
Yeah, you have to show the duty of care, don't you, with the player over the footy, the head over the footy. He's trying to win it, trying to get the possession, the tackler. Oh, there's another free kick for over the shoulder. Chop of the arms. But it's just one of those things, isn't it, Mark Kennedy? You have to tackle him without ramming yourself into his head and creating a free kick.
Can't take an inch or two off the height of the players when you hit them front on. And that's a great mark there by Big Weymouth. Right on the outer side. Just gives it off to Mills, who kicked it to him in the first place. And he kicks it very nicely to Hughes on the lead. Zuffa trying to take him down the ground, but Hughes was good enough to get back, down deep, open up space and come out and take a good mark on the lead.
Had a good week last week. Took 6 marks. And had 12 touches, kicked 3 goals. Slowly working his way back into it after a long injury throughout the season, through the midway stages of this season. But he's a star forward, and he's a good kick of the footy.
Just about to say the same thing. Really deliberate over the footy on this occasion, though. Just pushed it right to the far side as we see Zuffa bring the ball back in very quickly. Ball coming out of defence, ends up with Rees here. And looking to play on very quickly. Here's Brewer, he's found a bit of space. Had Thompson he could go to, tried to go to Pullman. And the kick was errant and goes out of bounds. Right in front of the Southport coach's box on. Redlands attacking 50.
I feel like the Bombers need to be a couple of goals in front at quarter time. This breeze is picking up to the right of screen. It's quite healthy, so the Bombers need to be maybe 2 or 3 goals in front. They kicked the first 3 of the match. They've gone silent since.
So Sondergaard, well wrapped up in the tackle. There's a good knockout there by Hunter. He just pushed it over the back there, hoping to open the play up, but Southport good enough to just stymie the attack.
I felt that kick from Brewer needed to go over the pack as well. I know the lead came from Pullman, but let's utilise the breeze for the Bombers. Go long, kick it 70 metres, catch the defence off guard.
Saw Keel there, good tackle on Sondergaard. Another stalemate. Umpire Nathan Scott comes in, throws it up. Big Hunter and Miles there. There's Keel, he's in around it. Stolen there by Sondergaard, but well wrapped up in a tackle. McCanch, and he wins the free kick. Actually, it might have even been Daniel as he goes to the outer side.
Looks for Screech. Bounces kindly. He gets there eventually. Headland now. Oh, nice handball. No, out of bounds. So couldn't quite keep it in. Let's have a boundary throw in front of the old scoreboard. Casheez.com.au. Let's have a throw in there. You can see the breeze. The ruck work came from Hunter. Sharks with numbers. Here's Salter. Maybe the Sharks might be in front at quarter time. We've been going 24 minutes now. And we've got another throw in there. So just a half forward flank for the Sharks. They trail 2-4-16. The Bombers are leading by 3 points, 3-1-19.
Not a bad crowd in today. Look at this. Match of the round on NEAFL TV. Pope was well smothered.
Far too many.
Infringing there that time was Cars.
A lot of free kicks for too high at the moment. The players need to be more conscious of this.
And there's Wish Wilson. Just gives it off. Looking for a target. He gets it back now. Just working the ball up that boundary line of Southport. Now it comes inside forward 50. Very fortuitously. It ends up with Malin off Hughes with the handball. And he goes in. Southport are in front. They're third. So Southport 3-4-22 to Redland 3-1-19. It is a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, they've kicked the last 3 into the breeze. So the Redlands with 2 to Pullman and 1 to Howard. They got off the mark brilliantly. They led by 18 points early. And as I said, they've gone a little bit cold here.
So Hughes was it was a very good piece of play by Hughes. He went on where the ball was, I suppose, going to, fulfilling his lead. Zufa tried to anticipate and fell off Hughes as a defender. He should have stuck with him. Hughes was able to give the quick handball off to Malin, who saluted truly.
So Hunter in the ruck work with Miles. Veering, good to see him back on the ground. It's a beautiful tackle on Pope, who just snuck a handball out. Tommy Daniel goes backwards to Salter, and now to McCanch, and they've got the numbers out here. Wish Wilson with a bounce. He takes a second, the leads come out. Hughes, he elects to go by foot. Nice kick, Daniel. Oh no, this is Baxter. So Baxter is marked. 55 from goal, too far out to score. Kicks it to the teeth of goal. Eddie Malin dropping back, so too Howard. Rush through, minus score. 3-5-23 to 3-1-19, margin 4 points. Beautiful day for footy. The Bombers need to be in front at quarter time. They kick it in quickly to the outer side, and Hunter's going to be the target. At the back, nice mark taken. Looks like
Gartner, I think.
Gartner, and he comes inboard. He finds Cass. Cass a handball to Veering. Veering, he had more room to move. Goes by foot, looking for Pullman. It's at his laces. He gets back onto the right boot with the aid of the breeze. How will this bounce? Over the line, out of bounds, but it's in the right area for the Bombers. They trail by 4 points. Mark Kennedy, we've been going 28 minutes first quarter.
Promising build-up. Just couldn't quite hit the target there, Veering. He'll be kicking himself, a veteran, I think. He'll be able to hit that target. Been a great player this year, though. As we see Gartner. Just get front spot. Here's Big Miles. Just works with Cruz to inject the ball out of their defensive area. Plenty of players around the contest. Southport win the ball. Here's Baxter, a long way from home where we've seen him the last few weeks, as is Mallon, who comes out but tries to take the slips catch. And the ball goes out of bounds in front of the scoreboard. We're approaching quarter time.
Coach Norm Dare has dropped his charges back here. Only 2 or 3 Sharks players in their own half. And we've got a boundary throw in, almost pretty much centre wing. So Coach Dare, he knows quarter time is pretty close. And he's got to get all his players back in that back half.
So Southport win it again. McCann to Burge, trying to come through with Pope. Now the turnover comes. This time, that's Godfrey. Goes over the top. He butters up again on the left foot now. Goes up towards a target. Can't quite find it. That one was Rogerson. Ball punched away, out of bounds.
Pretty clever there from Godfrey. Actually, he saw that the Sharks defender was coming at him, handballed it into open space and then ran onto it. He got his own ball. Need a goal here just before quarter time for the Bombers fans.
Throw in comes. Gartner and Miles. Good body work there by Gartner. Just tries to flip it over the back. Veering applies a bit of pressure. They might have a chance here, no, but working it away is the Southport Sharks. Kick it outside defensive 50. Well taken. That time was Salter. In front of McCann. Both players that time go hard at it. For Redlands, it was Stephen. And we'll have a stalemate. Just right in front on a big supporter group, right at the start of the coaches' boxes.
So close to quarter time here. Oh, a big hit. Keep an eye on Stephen Mills. He ran into the shoulder of Salter. And great to see the Sharks players get around the teammate. And just got hit on the side of the face there. So close to quarter time. Margin is 4. It's now 4 points. 3-5 plays 3-1. Sharks a chance here? No. Quarter time siren. What an entertaining quarter of footy. Redland Bombers with the breeze. I felt like they should have been a goal or 2 in front, but it was 3 goals to the Bombers to open up, and then Southport answered in true Southport fashion as they do. What a game of footy. Don't go anywhere. 3-1 plays 3-5. Quickly, Mark Kennedy to sum it up for NEAFL.com.au.
Well, this second quarter is certainly going to be an interesting one, just to judge where the wind's at, because as we saw, Redlands got away to a flyer, but Southport were good enough just to steady the ship a little bit and started working the ball across nicely. And as we've seen the last few weeks, just this run and spread from contest has been vital to their success and the way they've gone about their footy. Redland are going to really have to stem the tide coming through and utilise their big targets up forward, hopefully put it on the board and keep themselves very much in that finals hunt.
Yep, big game of footy. We'll be back. It's quarter time here at Casheez Park. Sharks lead by 4 points.